Hello Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Caro. You are at Tarot Solar Sun Studio and we are going to perform Year Ahead 2023 reading. You can watch this reading series for your Sun, Moon or Rising sign as well. Now we are going to perform this year. I'm going to perform this reading with this setup, like I did actually in the previous year. But previous year we also did a month by month part. But this year I will bring these three segments for the 2023. Hope you enjoy this reading because it's like a big orchestra, if you ask me. Very compact and but it has its own orchestration, so I like also the positions, how they correspond to each other. For instance, we will see in the highlight of the year if it involves your hopes. Sometimes highlight gives us a different theme. This is what we need to be working on. For some of us to actualize the hopes, or a completely new path in which we need to attain new vision and hopes there. The guidance can also show us how we handle these highlights or the general of the year. But also if we follow the guidance, we may also finding maybe to realize our hopes there. So these are general readings. Of course, this is not a personal reading to you, but I want you to see actually how the segments are corresponding with each other here. That's why I really like this spread. Now, I was doing this reading and suddenly there was an interruption. I had to cut it, but I am happy I didn't progress so much. Just maybe a paragraph I have spoke about the hopes. Now I'm gonna rewind myself and replay it. So we will begin. I will begin once again. Now, Libra friends, this year, the hopes here, we have a marriage card for some of you. So the hope here is about attracting emotional fulfillment and love. This is or here a partnership or something intimate, it seems. So here there is this looking for partnership. So here we have also the fourth house influence. There can be some also maybe some living situation with regards to your foundation, to your home, family, parents, you know. There are some subjects you have been dealing with and you want these things to be solved or find a resolution, or at least sometimes our hope can be even like change of air, change of theme as well. Maybe you all want to leave a difficult theme behind. But for many of you, partnerships, relationships, marriages is going to go under big tests. Because in 2023 nodes are also shifting to Libra Aries axis. We have the world here. Now, dear Libra, here there is a very formal setting actually. You want to reach like something to formality in your life. This can be even with regards to if you don't have someone, if you are single, something maybe even with your living situation. Like you want this very initial environment to start and through maybe marriage, through partnership, through a home business, through maybe buying, selling house, or again this living situation. You want these things to reach some type of a formal setting for you. And there is something also traditional to this. Because I see some Libras are in traditional surroundings and they are looking like actually they are looking for some solid and stable appearance here. Maybe by taking the opportunity from these traditional segments from their life. A lot of Libras here hoping to establish firm foundations, and from that they want to build the future or the future structures of their life. Maybe there is a partner, you are wondering when this person will propose to me, or you're really looking for that marriage material partner person, or you have this home with a partner, with a spousey, and you want this living situation or the relationship to reach some kind of a conclusion. You are actually, whatever the story here, you are trying to seek and feel more comfortable in your very conventional and private setting. And if once you can establish that, you know that there is going to be a passage of time for you, and you can, handle things like slowly. Plus here, I feel there is some type of a karma at play for you, or there has been some type of a karmic necessity for you. You exactly know that there is some type of a karma playing at the background. Some Libras here, there is something with regards to your roots, like you want to know like your place in the world, or you something with the living heritage behind, or getting this, learning about this heritage. There is something with regards to your early home here. It's like there is this image, let's say, with regards to your very early home, but this image, like you haven't like updated this on your mind setting, and you want this new pieces of information, introduced to you with about this early home or roots, so that you can construct something there. You wanna, it's like reconstruction, construction, 3D construction of like the ancient sites. Yes, and I feel a lot of Libras. We have the world here, this Saturn. I mean, you have been through a lot of difficulties and hardships, and maybe a level of deprivation with regards to your home life, or roots, or marriage, partnerships, or in the business home access. There was some type of things that your karma, or this karma, was dictating. And you have been like in the up and down, you rise above, you see the ground, you rise above. There was this constant trying to overcome this path, and but to do so has given you some type of spiritual attunement, some maybe worldly attainment, or maybe both. So here, the hope seer, I think you are seeing how you becoming as a human being, and I feel through going through everything, I feel some Libras here want to leave some kind of a legacy of service, work, wisdom to their maybe communities, to the world, to your audience, followers in social media, or your family, your little unit, your children. There is this, and you want to do it with the strong partnership maybe. I feel here some Libras want so much a change of season as well. You want this change of season rather than rather than dwelling in like one phase of life. And you want this change of a season, and there you want this like to contribute to your well-being, to your core, to your mind. And it's like trying to do things which is actually feeds your mind and soul. I feel here there are some here ways, means, techniques. They are maybe old and tried and tested methods than what is modern or new or fresh. Once you tap to that old tried methods, you're hoping them to like work for you in the future maybe. I see here some collectors purchasing some antiques. Maybe you have a job like this, or exchanging new and old things, something in that nature. You here want to preservation of some things will be important for you, like you wanna give something to like future generations, or give something to who are like coming after you. So I mean, some Libras here like hoping to preserve some special items with maybe some familial or sentimental value, like pass it to new generations, or you will attain some things from people like this. There is also something with the home. Some Libras here wanna have maybe some new investments, maybe in real estate, or maybe something with property. You wanna reach, you're hoping to reach some type of maybe this maturity around these areas. There are here some making maybe savings, maybe this is also, by the way, maybe if you are, by the way, if you are watching and over if you have a more mature age, maybe there is here something with regards to retirement for some of you, if you are above some specific age here. Also here, some Libras want to acquire some things, like acquisition of some things. I feel there can be here maybe relationship with a father figure. Maybe you are hoping this to get better, or you want to get a consent of a father figure, or a figure you know as a father. This person maybe is very uncomfortable about displaying some emotion, but you have this maybe now relationship, you want to introduce this person to your family or a father figure. There is some type of engagement here with some conservative traditional group, and you want things maybe to go well with them, because this group maybe is a bit resistant to change. But there is also some kind of a dependency, maybe in a more, spiritual sense. So you actually, I feel you need this encouragement and support. There is something about this sense. I also feel there is something here with the authority figures. You want your relationship to get better with them. Maybe you will be staying somewhere in a long time. you're gonna put down your roots there. Your relationship or connection with these people will be important. So here there is something definitely in the relationship focus. There are strong karmic connections here, by the way, with the fatherly figures or family, maybe heredity. I feel your soul wants to, hoping to reach this maturity with this, maybe some elder people. I feel some Libras wanna do a lot of serious study as well, and it's like a self-examination for them, and you just need this time to do that. Because there is this actually seeking of self-examination. This is also another thing. But I see here, in general, with the hopes, relationships are becoming very important, especially with marriage, hoping to get married, or again, home situations, parents. So there is a lot of stress on that. Maybe you want to hope also to overcome some restrictions there. Oops. Now, let's see the highlight though. Okay, so what can we say about this? Now, highlight, we have here the coffin card, natural endings abound, take care with your health. Okay, so some Libras needs to be careful with some maybe parents' health, their health. There can be some, you may witness some people completing their natural life cycles. Okay, this is also one thing. So here there can be some endings in general, also, you know, metaphorically, there can be some endings here. We need to be careful about that. Now, the devil with the fifth house and the coffin, I think this is like all together speaking about, it's actually something different here, by the way, that you are hoping. I mean, your highlight is different. I feel some Libras are inheriting some skills. Maybe this is your own skill, talent, or like something which has come to you through generations. Here there is some type of a skill of you. It can be arts and crafts, but it can be also something different than that. There are situations here where you really need to develop this, you know, keen eye for details. There will be situations in which you need to bring your creative expression. And you're gonna find that here is the idea. Some things will, you got to refinish them or restore them. But for the things that you can't restore, here you also need to let them go. I feel some Libras here are, by the way, interested in past objects, old antiques or artifact, or some past stamps. Maybe you are interested in some objects with regards to past, like long forgotten things. The coffin may also represent them, like things actually which is like long gone but now brought to life, like archaeological excavation. You bring something again here. So metaphorically, it's like you are rediscovering something what has been long gone, like reinventing something there. And there is a particular fascination with regards to that. You are introducing like a new, maybe you're gonna become a trendsetter. You're gonna bring something new. Sorry, you're gonna bring something old to a new setting, and this may even create some kind of a social, political, even religious or spiritual sense. There is something here. You want to find something which gives you great pleasure and enthusiasm here. With the hope and with the highlight, the common thing is that there is a association with something old, but the difference is that the highlight is not relationships, but rather there can be a lover from your even past, which has been long gone, coffin, resurfacing, and the devil telling me they can be very tempting. Okay, so here there is one thing. Plus, there will be circumstances, Libra. You are going to be like ready to accept a challenge or something daring. There is something daring and challenging, and you will be like accepting it. There can be some kind of a competitor intent on also winning this, because there is some type of a here fire awakening within you. It's like, I'm gonna make these like my skill, you know, to refine it, to make it perfect, to become better, very good at something. You may find yourself actually being very fond of with excitement, with risks, and there can be for some Libras, if you decide really on this, there can be some you may be drawn some kind of a solitude or retreat. Yes, retreat. There can be some retreat here for some Libras as well. There can be situations in which you may meet with people, but the devil in the 5th house energy with the coffin, it's like you meet these people and you go through like experiencing some type of possessiveness or like jealousy, like towards each other. It's like this some unhealthy love affair with a person. Okay, like there can be some here problems with romantic partners. Okay, but there is going to be some kind of a test and trial with this person, maybe. I think you are really seeking some trusted friends here, but it's like until you find it, it's like you got to kiss like a lot of frogs kind of thing, and until you find that trusted friend. There can be some tendencies to mistake lust for love. This is going to be very important to consider. So here you may have a bit hard time to separate the functions of the lower chakras from those of the higher ones. especially in the, you know, matters of the heart. You're gonna have some like spectrum of things here. Like you will see these in very interesting spectrums. There is also here some interest maybe to metaphysical studies as well, looking for something like transcendental in your life. There can be here a really seductive, and again in your romantic life as well, there can be very tempting things as well here. I was talking about this long gone old antiques and things like that, old things. You may make them have to like buying and selling these things, or I don't know, but you are like will be at the center of these type of things, I do feel. I also feel like if you have children, for instance, this energy give you like this no nonsense approach, especially in the children upbringing. Like you can let a young person like to live by their own rules or standards there. There can be some problems with the elder, maybe children here. But if you bring a child to life, they can be very special souls. They can be really great souls, by the way. Like having some kind of a responsibility on this earth plane, like these elected souls. There is also here to be able to produce a good sense of humor out of situations, because this is also actually a way of coping things. So maybe you will be the best comedian of the year. It's like because sometimes, you know, things maybe will not create any sense to you, so the only way is just to create a humor out of it. And this may be very creative with the devil energy in the fifth. So this type of things. You may be also finding yourself playing a teacher role for a soul who has been developing, or there can be a person you know, who can really reveal or mirror you back to you, your own shadow to you. And there can be some type of enlightenment you can have from that, because there is something metaphysical here, but it happens like through maybe a game and play kind of thing. It's this what I'm talking about. Yes, that this can be tense, but the highlight here is maybe giving something also like your approach to the situations throughout the year. Also, it can be taken like that. But let's see the guidance. I keep picking the second house, and this is actually the south node until July, so it makes sense. Now, okay, Libra. Now, what type of a guidance you can apply? Okay, now for circumstances. Now, the guidance here will be about your ability to distance yourself towards some situation which evokes some kind of a survival capacity in you, because we don't want you to be in survival mode. Hermit is telling me with the second house and the cracker, What matters for you is to be prudent in your financial affairs. How you handle your finances will have an impact on your highlight and hopes. And by distancing yourself from tempting situation can bring some kind of an inner resolve within you, where through that distance you can easily observe and decide accordingly. So do not jump into chaotic situations. You need to put some distance between you and the chaotic situation, and in that distance you need to evaluate, I do feel, analyze and break into pieces the Hermit Virgo energy. The guidance here is you need to be prudent also in your financial affairs, with the ability of managing well, regardless of your resources or funds which are available to you. This is you. In the guidance, you need to be conscious of how much funds are available to you. And you got to maintain some kind of a privacy and secrecy about your assets and earnings, because for some Libras there can be here some unnecessary also spending, or you may be tempted to make maybe some risky investments, or winning based on speculation and things. Make sure even you see that there is a loss, it is like a controlled one. So, but here I feel some Libras need to maintain privacy and secrecy about their earning and assets, and actually not to reveal things to unnecessary people in your life with regards to your privacy and things like that. There is a tendency actually for a lot of spending here. You need to be a bit conservative about finances. You need to be practical, not idealistic, it says. Some Libras, I feel, can create resources because the guidance is through the financial means. Some Libras can maybe make money through counseling, teaching, informing, instructing others. Maybe some Libras are in the fields of medicine, science, education, maybe some heart-centered spiritual work, technology, arts and crafts, maybe journalism, writing. It can be. I have to say, you will have a lot of time to develop yourself on what you are good at, and these fields can be great sources of income for you. You need to have a keen eye for good investments which may give lasting value to you. You will have the devil energy in the highlight can be just the glamorous things, like representing themselves as value to you. But the guidance is there can be you may actually have the ability to turn the ordinary things into extraordinary and fine things. But here again, I feel this, I see again, like some Libras will invest their resources to maybe, you know, like enduring things in terms of quality and worth, and which prove themselves through time. You may even develop some artistic talents for financial gains. I see some Libras are building like models or like graphic things. So it wants to go actually that controlled about investing and saving your resources there. I also feel a lot of Libras can, because here the guidance is if you are trusting the sources of other people, or this gets rich quick sham, the devil. It says no, you got to make your own money, and you can take one step at a time. And your soul for guidance needs basic knowledge and wisdom to continue on this path, and the necessities of life will be clear to you, and you will have the ability to provide yourself, but make sure they are real necessities for you. And make sure the things you invest in life, give your time, energy, are in accordance with your desires. You need to go with some prudent analyzing, planning. Okay, so the guidance here is planning. And also, I see here you need to stay away from people who have negative energy, who are negative to you, who are toxic. The Hermit energy as guidance is really also talks about really privacy and sometimes keeping your own counsel. You need to make yourself best ally there, Libra, because your best ally may not come from a particular partnership. You need to make yourself your best ally. So you need to it's like befriending yourself, okay? Because at times you will need that self, which will be the ultimate supporter for you. It is okay if you get some solitary time, again, this retreatment for some maybe reflection about checking on your habits, your sense of worth, or if you want to think about these subjects. Maybe some Libras can make introspective work. It can be needed. All is okay. Because the guidance here, there is also a level of seeking wisdom, some knowledge, some deeper understanding of your surroundings. It's all okay. It's okay to ask for mentorship and guidance from people that you trust. There can be some, again, as you develop actually new skills here, there can be like a teacher-student connection there. You may be at times teaching, you may be at times learning, but overall everything will help your personal exploration throughout 2023, which is, I think, very important. It's like seek and you will find, Libra, for you. And every interaction is valuable if it is really helping you to understand first yourself, then concentrate, rather than concentrating on the need of others. I find this reading very interesting in so many ways, because the majors that it represents us are even not similar, They are very different from each other. But some Libras may have some Saturn restrictions from getting pleasure, restrictions of the Hermit, looking your inner self, restrictions in some partnerships and marriage, or like how you can end maybe a toxic connection or situation, and then have again like there is something that actually you may want to seek some joy, some love, you know, good fortunate things, but for this to happen there can be a time, a need to first look within. So this is also going to give you some progress there, Libra friends. And time in general, time using of time, controlling what you can in terms of your activities that involves that time, your environmental limits to what you are doing. The planning of these will definitely help, because here there are things which really requires detail for you, and you will need some time to look at these things, I do feel. You're gonna have, though, there is something very important, you will have a very heightened awareness to your environment and surroundings. Very clear mind and sharp senses may also be your guidance to navigate through. Family, marriage, children, home, domestic matters, personal, spiritual development. You know, this may be important. So you got to like reinvent yourself there. Wow, Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading. These, of course, these readings are general readings, but if you have a personal question, you can come and stop by in the daily live streams that I perform in the channel. There I accept your personal questions. Check the description box below to see how live streams are working, and if you're interested, we can meet there and we can answer your questions, me and my cats. So thank you, Libras, and take good care. Ciao for now.